Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough. All right, it's that time again. We're talking about show number 34. The Deuce is loose. He is in his ULL shirt today, Louisiana Raging Cajun. I'm in warm-ups. It's workout day. We're going to do it, but before we do all that, we're going to talk to Deuce with another show. He's our gaming advisor right here on The Deuce is Loose. All right, we're back. The Deuce is Loose, show number 34. We started 34 shows ago teaching people about autism and how to handle it and what to do and some of the things and the tricks and the proven methods. And Deuce has autism, but he is rolling. He has his ULL shirt on. That was the homework I gave him. He passed. I didn't pass because I didn't watch Star Wars like you asked me to. But I'm going to pick a day when I can watch Star Wars. Okay. People are probably going, he's never watched Star Wars?
I know.
No, I have not. That shocks people, huh?
It does shock people, yes. It's a very popular series, and I try to tell you, it's actually much better than Star Trek, in my opinion. But it's pretty good.
Well, let me tell you another tidbit.
All right.
I never watched Star Trek. I wasn't one of those. I watched Star Trek, the TV series, every now and then, but I never saw any Star Trek movies. That just wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't into that. I was into Back to the Future, those kind of things, Footloose, all those kind of movies. I love that.
Can I tell you something? Back to the Future is similar to Star Wars because it shows the futuristic car and it's just futuristic, futuristic technology. Mm-hmm. So Star Wars is the same thing.
All right. Well, one of these days I'm going to watch it. But let's talk about the Super Sims Challenge because that's what's on my radar right now. Are you doing that right now?
I will be doing that pretty soon because I'm working on some stuff for the challenge.
Okay.
And it'll be one of the top priorities I'm going to be working on.
Now, are you do you have tournaments with friends that you deal with when you're doing these things?
Not exactly, but I will be making some tournaments if you want me to.
Okay, so what's a tournament entail?
So gaming tournament is basically where you can gather all the best players in your area, and you can gather them into a specific location, like probably the civic center or the library, whatever. And you can actually get a prize for them if they won.
Yeah, I got you. So, but that takes a lot of. We're gonna have to talk about that because that might be. I mean, I wouldn't be against it, but it might not be in the radar yet. We're gonna have to work towards that, right?
Of course, just work towards it. Try to do easy way into it. You know, that's stuff.
I'd have to look into the I guess the available times and how much time it takes and that kind of stuff before the analytics of it all.
Analytics, I love that.
All right, there you go. All right, so tell me about walkthroughs.
So walkthroughs are basically like gaming walkthroughs. So what they are is that you play through the game, give them advice of how to play it. And when you play it, you can play it in parts or in about an hour long or something like that. That's what I wanted to try out for the show.
I got you.
Like for example, if I'm gonna play like a walkthrough for Sims or let's see, Mario, for example, I can play it like that.
Now, what are you going to be doing at ULL, Louisiana Raging Cajun Country?
I like that you say that. I'll be basically studying for the most part, going to join some clubs, and I'm going to be learning a whole lot of stuff.
What kind of clubs you interested in getting in?
D&D.
What is that?
You never heard of Dungeons and Dragons?
I've heard of it, but once again, I never played it.
Oh, it is the best game ever.
That's one of your favorites?
That's my favorite. It's like a role playing game, but you can
Yeah.
create your own character, go on adventures with your friends, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to find a DM, of course. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But however, it is so good because you can create your own character, you can get into some chaos, or you could just be helping out people.
And let me ask, so your curriculum is what are you going to be placed in?
Well, I'll be placed into a program called the Your Life program,
Mm-hmm.
where it's a program for disabled people like myself.
Mm-hmm.
I won't call it disabled, more like
Special
gifted.
people.
Gifted.
Yeah, gifted. Okay.
You see, gifted people like me, where they'll be learning how to go in the real world, and learn how to do special curriculums and some life skills and all that stuff.
So you'll sort of be gaining some independence.
Exactly.
And you've been thriving for that, right?
I've been definitely thriving. Yeah.
And your mom and dad have been prepping you for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're getting you ready for that. Before we move, what you did for Mother's Day?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So, I was with my mom, and that morning, whenever she got back from doing the dogs, playing with the dogs. So, and when they play, when they practice with them,
Mm-hmm.
I gave her some cards, which I wrote some jokes into, and they were fun cards, so they were good.
Yeah, so she liked them.
She loved them.
All right. Can
And
you give us an example of one of the jokes you put in?
Oh yeah. Let's see. If you're happy with Poopy, vote for Governor Catholic. And it's a happy birthday, President Luke.
All right.
Just a little political joke between us.
And that's all have to do with the dogs on the first one.
Well, no, that's all to do with how hard she works.
Okay.
No, wait, no, not that one. It was like for one of those toilet pranks.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever there's like they have toilet paper rolls
Right.
on the toilet, and you got that other one smoking. It was one of those.
But she does work hard with the dogs too.
Yes, and I got a joke for that one as well.
Right.
I forgot about that, but
It's all right. When you think of it, let me know.
oh, I think so. It's like a butt. It was like a little butt joke, and I said but anyways, happy birthday.
All right.
It was like a little birthday card, and I also say P.S. You also have big buns.
Yeah, you like to surprise your mom, don't you?
I do, and I gave her, and we went to Assess Bond or whatever it's called. I kind of forgot what it's called. So
And you picked up the tab?
I did.
Go ahead, dude.
Yeah.
Give me some dap on that one.
Boom.
All right. I'm glad to hear you did that for your mom. All right. What we're going to do, we're going to take a break. We're going to be back with the Deuce's Leuce, Deuce Luke, and we're going to talk more about gaming and different things because once and for all, he's the gaming advisor here. And we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights.
And we're back with Deuce Luke, part 2, segment 2 of show 34. Now, let me ask you something. New games. Do you get to the point where you get bored with the old games and you're ready to take on new games?
Sometimes, well, it's just for the show being. I can go back to some old ones, or if you guys want to. But if you want, I can go for some new games, like for Star Wars. I've got 3 games in one sitting.
Really?
Yeah, it was for the May the 4th sale.
Yeah, because I think the audience can get bored too. We like to keep it like every day I do a Buy You Time, it's a new topic.
Exactly.
So we're going to make you do a new show.
Well, yeah.
That Star Wars would be good, but do I have to watch it before to know what you're doing?
No, it's just like to put out there for the world.
I could learn it.
You can learn, yes.
I could learn it as you go. So, because I imagine in the world of gaming that people can get bored playing the same game.
They can.
But before they move on, you got to master one game, right?
Yes, you got to master one game.
All right, that's pretty cool.
And for me, sometimes it's hard to master one game because it's like I go to a different game a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really mastered it completely. I never even got to the final level.
So how do you make it fun for kids, for teens, for young adults who with or without autism?
It's mostly mostly all of them with or without autism who I want to make it more fun for. I want to have like if we do a show for a new gaming show, I want to make it fun. I want to make it something like a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And try and make it like a fun and easy way to go and an easy way to learn and try to.
So what would be your catchphrase? How are you going to get them interested in that YouTube channel?
Let's motivate.
That's going to be your thing?
Yeah, I love that.
Let's motivate with Deuce Luke.
Let's motivate with Deuce Luke. Yeah.
All right. There you go. You're the man. And you're going to design a nice catchy page that lures them in.
Exactly. If I can get, I have a YouTube channel. It's going to be called Light My 24/7. But if I can,
What's it called?
Light My 24/7.
All right.
But I could change it to be an HGV thing if you want.
I got you. So Light Mice 24/7, which is your go-to.
It's my go-to username. Yes.
Yeah, but you got to be more diverse because you could be having other games, right?
Yes, I will. But Light My is basically a character who's a gamer as well.
That's your calling card.
Yes, by calling card.
All right. Pretty cool. All right. So share some of the order of the Ultra story.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I'm working on this book who I'm trying to get published right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have any publishing companies or any way to publish it, I'd be happy to hear about it. So the story is about this autistic superhero who goes to college. He then gets his powers from an escape pod, and then once he finds out he has powers, he then fights off this evil organization who's trying to take over the world with other powers that they stole from.
Mm-hmm.
And so he fights them off, fights some other bad guys, and he goes to college.
All right. So let me ask you an important question.
Okay.
When we were growing up, we went to the lounges, we met people out there, everybody went out. It was a given that when we were your age, at 7 o'clock on a given night, we were going to different places. We were rotating. We were dancing, listening to music, doing all kind of stuff. That has sort of been changing over the years for the gamers. The gamers like to stay home and play games. How much percentage of your age group do you think stays home and plays games compared to those who just go out and do things?
That's a good question because I think that if some gamers go out, they go to Comic-Con, which is actually a gamer place.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go to some gamer cons, also gamer place.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's game cons and Comic Con, stuff like that. Like the conventions are more like a game sanctuary. But if they don't have anywhere to go, they can go to arcades, they can go to some gaming places they can go to and stuff like that.
Do these places charge money for y'all to get in, or does it cost you per game?
It doesn't really cost per game. They do charge money, but arcades, you know what arcades are,
Yeah,
right?
I've been to arcades, yeah.
And they still have them.
They let you get tickets when you go to the arcade.
Well, I wouldn't say not anymore because you could get digital
And
tickets.
that's out of date now? I'm too old, huh?
No, you're not. You're never too old. But you're never too old to learn.
Right. So you don't have to buy tickets anymore to get in the arcade.
No, you just have to have a card and to have a digital purchase as a card.
So you put your credit card in and
No, not your credit card. They gave you a digital card.
I got you.
Like a fake card.
All right. So then when you're through with that, you bring it to the counter and they charge you?
Yep.
All right.
And you get and it's the kind of prize you want.
So do you pay by credit card or hard, cold cash?
Credit card.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into specifics, so.
I got you. I understand. We're not going to give out numbers or nothing, but so that's why you got to work, huh?
That's why I gotta work, yeah. But I also like to work because I want to develop this good work schedule. I don't really buy anything, a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really buy too much because it's not a big spender.
Right.
Which I think is a good context having because, buying stuff for no reason just it drives you crazy.
You pretty frugal with your money?
Frugal, yes, I am. That's a good word I want to share with you because frugal is actually a good trait you can get from the Sims 4.
Really?
It's actually a reward trait, which will be on my Super Sims challenge.
Well, who's more frugal, your mom or your dad? I bet I can answer that.
Yeah, you're right.
Your dad.
Yes, you're right. You're almost certainly right.
Because I know him. But that's okay. Frugal's not a bad word. It just means you're very conscious of where your funds are going.
Yes, that's right. I'm very conscious of where my money is going and where I spend my money and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to spend it on food and, necessities.
What you think your biggest expense is every month? Now you're going to be a college student, but what do you spend most of your money on? Is it a sandwich here or there? What is it?
Maybe the games are pretty much a big thing. Sandwiches in the restaurants are a gimme. But
so you spend more on gaming than you do on your own food?
Well, not technically. The food is also a lot.
Okay.
Whenever I go grocery shopping. So,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Correct. Okay. All right. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with our third segment. We're going to talk about college.
Perfect.
All right. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.
All right, we are back with Deuce Luke, and I thought in this last segment, give him a chance to fire a couple little Q&As back to me too, and do some voice. You've been working on some voices?
Not recently.
All right, what's your favorite voice you like to do?
I like to do British.
All right, give me some British.
Hello, mate. How you doing? I will be your conductor for this evening, and I hope you have a fantastical day.
All right, do a British accent and include Joni, our assistant over here, does a great job. Include her in it.
Hello, mate. How you doing? I hope you have a fantastic day.
All right.
It wasn't my best one, though.
That's all right. Well, you're working on that, right?
I'll be trying to, but however, I don't really like to hear my voice, because it's kind of like a messed up and
Yeah.
blubbery.
Oh, well, you can work on your voice.
I will.
You can perfect that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about this. You wanted to know if guests could come to the set. All right. So here's my answer. Sure. As long as they're 18 and as long as we have permission, not that they need permission from their parents at 18, but we like their parents to know they're coming on the show.
Of course.
That way they can promote it too, right?
They could promote it. We want to have younger audiences,
Right.
like for 18, 20 years old, stuff like that. We want to have promoted for gamers and autistic people alike.
Yeah, that would be fun. We could do that. So
I also know someone who would really like to come on.
who's that?
Philip.
Philip's your buddy?
Philip's a good buddy from Rouse's.
Okay.
And he has autism too.
Okay.
And he's very old enough to help out.
All right, cool. Well, maybe we can meet with Philip first, and then we'll talk, and then we'll decide if Philip's really comfortable with the TV thing.
Yeah, of course. And
You think he'd be comfortable?
of course, and I know some of my bosses who will be on there. they would definitely love to come on. Mr. Noel, Luke,
Yeah.
and all of them, they might like it too.
All right. Cool deal. All right. So you asked me a couple of questions. You're getting ready for college. So what's some of the things that you would want to know that maybe I could help with?
What you can help with?
Or just give me some questions in general, but things you wanted to know, but you never asked me.
Okay. What do you know about the creative intuitive in college?
Well, I had a lot of creative classes in college because I was in journalism. So we had to do a lot of writing classes where we had to really go deep in our soul and our mind and write creatively. It was a creative writing class. Dr. Delahaye, Al Delahaye was the teacher. He was a fantastic journalism teacher, but a lot of those classes are interpretive in the grades. So in other words, not like a math test where you take a math test, teacher knows, okay, Martin Falls got all of them right, but number 2.
Yeah.
So he's going to get a 92 today. When you do creative writing, it's interpretive. So it's what Deuce is feeling and thinking. So as long as your grammar's correct and you're writing in sentences that are appropriate, they can't really judge you on what your interpretation of the story is because that's in your own mind.
Oh, well, thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, so you're going to be able to flow and sort of do what you want to do, and as long as you keep the grammar correct and everything else is spelled correct.
I try to keep the grammar correct, and I try to definitely keep the spelling correct as well.
Yeah, that takes a while. All right. So you're getting ready for college. And do you know what your courses are going to be yet, or does that come later?
Well, it will come 1 year later, of course, but
Okay.
maybe a few years later if I do well. Well, only 1 year earlier, maybe, if I do very well in the classes.
Okay. So what have you been doing? I know you work here and you work at Rouse's, but besides gaming, what do you do for fun? What's something else? Let's diversify Deuce's life. What do you do for fun?
I create characters, create their stories, and create their worlds.
All right. So you already been doing creative writing and talking to you for a long time. So you're ahead of the curve. So if you have creative writing classes, you could be ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I remember you telling me you were a little nervous about college, but are you still nervous or you pretty much eased up?
A little bit eased up. I'm still a little nervous, but it's
Which is normal.
normal.
That's okay. I always tell people, remember Johnny Carson, who your mom and dad probably watched a lot. It was a famous talk show host.
Oh yeah.
He said till the day he retired that before he come out, he'd have to breathe in a paper bag to ease his tension. He was so nervous. He was almost phobic about going on.
Really?
That's a natural reaction to be nervous when you're going, especially if you're going into something new. So you're going into a new college, a new world. If you told me you weren't nervous, then I'd be worried about you. So if you're a little bit nervous,
I'm definitely a little bit nervous.
that's good. That makes your motor run.
Yes, and that makes my confidence.
Yeah.
Try to ease it up.
Remember how nervous you were for the first show here?
Yes.
Look at you now. You've done so many. You've done 34 shows now.
I'm natural.
Deuce is a natural. So, but remember how it took you a little progression? And remember how it would teach you when you came on the set? You still do it to this day. Show the audience what you do right before we start. You're channeling that nervousness out of you. There you go. So what you're going to do but right before class starts at ULL.
Do the breathing exercise I do.
There you go. And it's going to relax you and you can be ready to go.
Of course.
All right. Cool deal. All right. So we've completed show number 34. And real quick, what do we have in store for 35?
35 will basically be a Star Wars show.
All right.
It's going to be for Star Wars Battlefront 2. And I believe the audience might like this. because we're going to be showing some single player.
All right. You're going to set up a meeting with Miss Joni so I can meet Philip, who's
Yes.
going to join us on the show?
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right.
talked to Philip beforehand for tomorrow, and I'll talk to Miss Joni on Wednesday.
Good deal. All right, Deuce. Look at that camera straight ahead. Take us to the outro, and you take it over.
All right, everyone. It's very nice to see y'all, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.
In a world of silence, there's a different kind of language, autism, a unique puzzle that brings its own beautiful picture. Where others see a blank canvas, they see boundless creativity. Each day, they awaken with purpose and determination. Their minds are a vast universe, exploring countless subjects with passion. Deuce said it best when he said,
Autism is not a disability. It's a different ability.
just like a seed becomes a magnificent tree, they too blossom into something extraordinary. Embrace the beauty of their world. Learn more about autism. Visit Understand Autism for more information. That's www.understandautism.org. You can also find help by calling 800-3-AUTISM. That's 1-800-328-8476. Thank you for watching The Deuce is Loose here on HTV10.